Classroom looks like. This is your checklist. This is showing you everything that you have to do each day. So this is today, okay? This says Monday morning meeting at 9 o'clock. You guys were here, ready to go. You have to do independent reading. Independent reading means you have to read for 20 minutes, okay? You set a timer, make sure you read for 20 minutes. You can read a book that you have in your hand. You could read a magazine article in your Storyworks magazine. You could read on Epic. You just have to read for 20 minutes, okay? Then the next thing it says is your reading response. You guys have a reading response item in your Google Classroom. And when you click on that, it's got a form and it's asking you to tell me a little bit about what you read. So make sure you choose one of those responses. You could tell me, you could pick, I want to tell you my favorite part of the book, or I want to tell you interesting facts that I learned. And then you have to write 3 sentences about what you read. Okay. The next assignment you will see is this 9:30 reading mini lesson. That's what we're doing right now. Okay, so everybody can check that off that you've done your morning meeting and that you've done your reading mini lesson because you're here. Okay, then it says Storyworks passage. That is what I'm going to show you guys in a minute. That is this storyboat. It's on the back of your magazine. It's reading this poem. Then it says Storyworks worksheet picturing a poem. You have this packet inside of that baggie. This packet is going to show you what worksheets you have to finish. But guess what? You do not have to do it on your paper because it's all on your Google Classroom. Do you guys see this over here? In your Google Classroom, everything that's a piece of paper right here is in your Google Classroom, okay? Then the next thing we have later on today at 10 o'clock, we're going to do a math mini lesson. We're going to do Zearn. All of you guys are going to log into Zearn and do a mini lesson on Zearn. Then you're going to have a math worksheet that you're going to do, which is the next sheet in your packet. But like I said, you do not have to use this packet because it's all on Google Classroom. This is just for this first week so that you'll know how to do your work. After your math, you'll have a handwriting mini lesson, which your handwriting mini lesson is recorded and it's in your Google Classroom underneath this handwriting tab. All of you guys are going to be working on cursive this year. So here's a cursive packet and you have to keep up with this. So do not lose it. It's a lot of pages. Okay. Then at the end of the day, you have a daily check-in, and that's just a thing that I want you guys to fill out. It's right here underneath this, the day of the week. You have to click on that, and then there's a form that you have to fill out, and I'll show you how to do that later on. These are videos that are at the bottom of your Google Classroom. In Google Classroom, if you ever need to know how to do something, such as in math, if you need to know how to log into Zearn or how to use the Kami extension to write on your papers, or if in writing, you need to know how to add pictures of what you do in your handwriting sheet, there's a video to show you all how to do these different things. So before you send me a message saying, I don't know how to do this, make sure you watch those how-to videos. All right, let's get back to this. Everybody focus, okay? So these are some important tools that everybody needs to know how to view on your Google Classroom. So right up here at the top, you'll see it has our class name. Right here, do you see this view work button? Everybody give me a check. Give me a check if you see the view work button. Check mark, see it? Okay, here's your view work button. When you click that, it's going to tell you your grades. So as you all submit work, I will be sending you your grades on Google Classroom. If you click this button, you can see my feedback. Okay, then you have a Google Calendar. Does everybody see this right here? Your Google Calendar is very important. You have to make sure that you all can view your calendar. So I'm going to show you all how to do that on your Google Classroom. Here's what your screen looks like. When you go to your classwork, at the top of that page, there is your Google Calendar. Do you see this? When you click on that, it's going to open up a screen that shows you everything that is scheduled for your work. So here's what will pop up in your Google Classroom. It's showing you all when we're going to meet. It's telling you the first day of school. It's going to tell you when things are due. So make sure that you all can see this Google Calendar. You can also schedule meetings with just me and you. And when you schedule those meetings, you have to click on your Google Meet from that calendar. So if, let's say, if Ben needed help with something, he's going to schedule a meeting with me, and I'm going to show you how to do that. Then he has to be able to go to Google Calendar to find that meeting and to join me in it. Okay? All right. Next thing I want to talk to you all about is how do you ask me for help? So, you know how normally if you were in class and you needed something, you could just you could raise your hand and maybe Miss Roberts would call on you and you could go to her desk, or you could raise your hand and Miss Day would say, come back here. You can come on back. I'll help you. Can you guys just walk to my desk and ask me questions right now? No, you can't just come and ask me anything, right? So this is how you all can ask me questions. You all have a need help section in your Google Classroom, and this is to schedule a meeting with just me, okay? So this is Calendly. If you click on this in your Google Classroom, you can schedule a time to meet with me. When you schedule that time, that is going to pop up in your Google Calendar. So if you go to your Google Calendar, then maybe if you schedule a meeting with me on Wednesday this week, your calendar is going to show that meeting right here. All right. So make sure that you guys know if you need help with anything, go to this Google Meet. If you forget what I'm telling you how to do, there's a video right here and you can watch it and it'll show you how to do that. Coda, you got it? Sawyer, you're fine, baby. All right.